What exactly is Nivalis? I think that question is kind of unanswerable at this point, but it's still very, very fun to speculate and wonder about it, especially after watching these trailers, which I just watched for the first time just a few minutes ago before starting this recording. And I cannot help but just think of the word potential for what this could be, for what Nivalis could be. This is unlike anything I've kind of seen before. Obviously, it still has those cyberpunk inspirations. Blade Runner, Cyberpunk 2077 might be some of the first ones that come to your mind. The developers have even talked about how Blade Runner was a big inspiration for them. And in this game in particular, in this idea of a cyberpunk world where you could have your own noodle shop, where you could have your own business, where you could have business partners, where you could have your own apartment, where you can meet people, build relationships, just kind of live your life, a slice of life kind of world, which is kind of a game concept and premise that since I was growing up, I always thought would be cool. And the biggest question has always been, how do you pull that off? How do you make it interesting? How do you make that fun? And again, like making it in a way that is playable in a video game that feels authentic and feels like an escape from your own reality, where you're doing those same things, but obviously not in the same style. The limits to this are kind of boundless, and what comes with that is also a fear, a worry about the failures that could come with this as well, the disappointments that could come with this as well. I don't want to steer that way when I'm thinking about this game, especially as the release date is getting closer. It's already been pushed back. I think it was initially supposed to come out last year in 2024, but you can't really help it sometimes, especially in the gaming world, with things in the past few years especially, where big ideas don't always kind of come to pass and the final quality isn't exactly what you always hope for. You kind of, you just build up expectations that are way too big for anybody to capture. But at the same time, I see the clips and the footage and the actual developers talking about the process of all of this. And I think to myself that this feels right. This feels like they kind of have a strong footing here. They know what they're doing. Only time will tell, of course, if that's true or not. But I felt like this was absolutely worth talking about and having its own video about, because as much as I love Cloudpunk, as much as I want to go back and play it, as much as I want to go and play the DLC, the only reason I haven't is because it's not an option on PlayStation 5, unfortunately. Is that game in many ways is very simplistic and kind of, this one-dimensional with a huge world surrounding it that you can't really do much with. This game kind of obviously is the opposite of that. I don't know if you'll be able to drive and fly on your car in this world as well, but they're kind of telling you, hey, what if you could see this super interesting world and actually just have your own life in this. And yeah, obviously there's such an excitement with that. It's such a perfect idea and such like the perfect follow-up to Cloudpunk that I would have never thought about. Obviously they could have just continued on what they did already. This is similar and so much different at the same time. I love it. I think it's one of the more interesting ideas, one of the more exciting games out there. Even though Cloudpunk was received really well, this is something different. This is something a little bit bigger, and that's going to come with expectations. That's going to come with doubts. That's going to come with a lot of things. And I cannot wait to see what we get from this. We shall see what happens. I wanted to talk about this a little bit as kind of the companion piece to my Cloudpunk review. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I would love to hear what you all think about this game in the comments. And I hope you're doing well out there wherever you are in the world. So until the next one, everyone, take care.